We're making a bee wreath tonight. Yay, yay, yay. Debbie, Patricia, come on in. Come on in. We're making a bee wreath tonight. I knew I would have something that wasn't turned down. Hey, Patricia, Shirley. I'm doing fantastic. Man, can you believe the weather changes? The weather changes, guys. Isn't that ridiculous? I used this little sign and swag here a while back. I had one left, and I thought I'd just go ahead and make it up. Well, this isn't a swag. We're doing something a little different. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sandra. How are you? How's everybody? Hey, hey, hey. I am fantastic. So let's make a bee wreath. Yes, make a bee wreath. So we're going to do some poofs, and look at this pretty. This is like right out there in your business, isn't it? So I'm going to bring y'all on down a little bit. So I'm going to just do some quick poofs with some black. Now on the frame tonight, I put 14 pipe cleaners. This is a 14-inch elevated Wreath frame, and I put 14, 8 on the outside, 6 on the inside. I love this method right here. It saves product, but still makes a beautiful, beautiful wreath. Okay? Love bees, me too. Not real happy with this mesh I've got here, this 21-inch black. I bought it from my wholesaler, and it's a little thin. Okay. And it's not as stiff as I normally like it, but it's going to work. We'll make it work. So I'm going to put it right down in this tie. We're not going to be using zip ties tonight. We're going to just twist it. I'm going to clean up the end. Put it in my bucket. And we're still just going to do, let me see, that's a 10. I think I'm going to do a 10. I think that'll be plenty. Just using it for a little extra black is all I'm using it for. So what's everyone been doing this fine Saturday? Me, I put up a new ribbon rack. I've got to stop buying ribbon, guys. But I don't think it's in my DNA. Hi, Jennifer. It's been a stormy night. We've got thunderstorms warnings out until like 11 or 12 o'clock tonight. I don't know what that's going to entail. Hi KP. I just happened to be in the living room a while ago when I caught the tail end of it broadcasted on TV. The weather is my husband's gig. So I'll let him deal with that. He'll keep me informed. Just laying down a little extra black. Like I said, I'm not real happy with this, but I'll make it work, and I'll use it. Same there in Alabama. Yeah. I hear you. I got off the phone with my brother. He lives right outside of Fort Worth, and I'm going to go right in here where I put this very first one, and I'm just going to tie it down. And he said that it's already like, what do you say, 60 degrees there? He said it was hotter during the day, but it's already cooled off to 60 there. It's 90 there, and you're going swimming. I don't much blame you. So I'm just going to pull this on down. I can pull this poof up here, And I'm just going to pull it till I get to this one. And I'm just going to go ahead and twist this one. It's not going to hurt anything. Then we're going to open the rest of them up, making it a little easier for it to go through. And now I think I'm going to do 12 inches on the outside. We've got a little further to go. And that way we won't be stretching it real thin right there. This is just a regular black mesh that I got from my wholesaler. And like I said, it's 103 here in Del Rio right now. And like I said, it's a real, for it to be just a plain mesh, it's a real soft mesh. And it's not thick like I used to get from them. So that means I won't be getting any more from them. I'll use what I bought. Yeah, Mike said 103 here. Yeah, it hasn't. We haven't gotten any of the cooler weather. So this is about the consistency of this mesh is about the consistency of some of the 10-inch that you might put down as poofs. Which we could have started on the outside and just done another layer around the top. Yeah, I know. It's usually during the summer here average anywhere from 108 to 114 during the summer. Told you I live in the desert. The desert. Well, wouldn't mind sprinkling a little love. Hi, Carolyn. How are you, dog? Let's see if I miss. No. But I hope we do. It sounds real hopeful that we'll get some rain out of this, and we need it really bad, like a lot of people that's in the dry areas. But anyway, my husband's still been working on the front porch. I had to tell y'all a funny, and I felt so bad. We're right back where we started. And tie this in the last one. Last night I got up, and I've got a restroom right off of here in the craft room, and there's a door there. And my little pal, my little dog Benny, I'm just going to cut this off short right there. He follows me everywhere. If I get up, he gets up. And so on. Well, I saw a light on in here, and I opened the door, and it sort of opened really large. I didn't think nothing about it, and I got it and closed it and went to bed. Well, this morning, my husband goes, "Where's Ben? He didn't follow you in this morning." And I'm like, I don't know. And I sat there for a minute drinking coffee, and I said, oh, heck, let me go check. Well, I come and open the craft room, and he was in here all night long. I'm like, poor baby. Okay, just a little bit of black mesh. Okay, so now with 14 ties, I cut these to 25 inches. Okay. Just going to roll it under a couple of times. Now this mesh is really good. Just walking it together. Now this mesh is really good border mesh. Now I've bought some border mesh before that hasn't been very good, but this is the better of the border mesh. Just gonna spread it out just a little bit. This is going to make that yellow. It's going to help pop the yellow. Whoa, I wackoed that one. There we go. Not so bad. Hi, Alex. Welcome. Good weekend. Spread it out a little bit. Just been lazy. I hear that. Tell you, I had to go to town yesterday. I was so tired when I got back. And I keep remembering, and I don't know why I do it to myself. And here lately, I have done it to myself several times. Going to town. I say going to town, guys, because I live out in the country on a Friday. Or I should at least say go to the grocery store on a Friday. Really, you've got hot weather? I was telling everybody it's 103 here. So, between all of that, 90, 93. Oh, that is hot. So I'm just doing a messy ruffle, guys. Or a cruffle. Whatever y'all want to call this. Spreading it out a little bit. I still want some black to shine in between them. So I cut this to 25 inches. I only put 14 ties on the frame. And it's still going to make a really nice and full wreath. So what I do is basically hold it with one hand and then just take it up the center with the other one. Instead of using my fingers and holding it as a dam with my thumbs. Here we go. What do y'all have in the works for next weekend? Is it next weekend Memorial Weekend? No, I've been turning that sort of weird. So I'm just going to take it, twist it. go. That way when I lay the other down, it won't look too funky. Hi, Miss Elga. There we go. That looks better. This is actually black and gold with the yellow. The trim is black and gold. Yeah, we still see the black. So I just hold it with this hand and then just walk my other hand up it. Then I spread these out a little bit. Okay, outside's done. Let's boogie to the inside. I'm just going to open these up, guys. Yeah, I live by the lake. It's about a 5-minute. Oh, that'll be fun, Rita. They usually have some fireworks and stuff down here, but it's been dry, even though we've got water nearby. Just putting these on the top now. We go. Get them pointed upstairs. But they have a big, usually, deal on the 4th. But I haven't been here in years for the 4th. It'll get easier. A lot of people put them across their chest, roll them a couple of times, and then walk them together. And you see how mine turns out. That's not my favorite way to do it. Hi, Tammy. It would take me forever if I did it that way because I'd have to concentrate a lot. I used to watch people do this and they would say, yeah, we're doing the cruffle. And I would say, oh, come on, give the lady due. That's called a woodland ruffle. But no, it is a cruffle. You did it my way, yeah. I do find it easier. Then I just hold it with one and wrap it up with the other one. Now, the more you practice, the better it'll be, especially when it's new to you. Okay, getting close, guys. Didn't take long to put this stuff in. This is a really bright yellow. Last one. You do it my way too. Oh, yeah. Sort of like this. Just brought it together and held it. Cool. I think that's what makes all crafters and wreath makers very unique, is that we figure out what works for us, and there's no right or wrong. As long as you get the results of what you're trying to achieve, that's all that matters. Okay. There it is in all of its glory, guys. Bright, bright, bright. Oh, I bet with those blue, ooh, I bet it's gorgeous. Okay. Ribbons, ribbons, ribbons. I've got a couple of ribbons. We're going to be using a black polka dot, this black and yellow stripes, a solid yellow. I've got some gingham in bees, and then I've got some burlap with some big bees. And that's going to be the gist of them. The ribbons are cut to 13 inches. Fold them in half. Find my center. And I'll bring it back down right here. Doesn't matter where I start. Thank you. Just going to crisscross them. Then I'm going to get a couple in and I'll show you. If you're new to making wreaths, if you make sure that both of your sides are folded under or to the inside like an organ or an accordion, they will stay and fluff out better in your ties. There we go. It's hard to find ribbon with the big bees on it anymore. I only had part of a roll of this one. I think it was because I made a bee wreath last year. Perfect. Okay. So this is what it's looking like with the 3 ribbons on it. I love this tri-colored yellow and black. I like a ribbon that you can get bang for your buck when it has a couple of colors mixed in with it. And who doesn't love polka dots, right? Besides the sign, I've got 3 smaller bees to go in it. And we're going to do a few things just to lighten it up. I'm just lighten it up because it's pretty bright with this yellow. I guess tone the bright yellow down just a tad. Yeah, I like the polka dots. And this is a multi-polka dot, multi-size dots. And y'all know me, I like my black. I think it just complements and sets everything off. Very seldom do I make a wreath that I don't put some kind of black in it. Yeah, and a ladybug too. Yes, sir. Okay. Last ribbons going around the outside. '90s in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, it does. It is Jennifer. It is very light and thin. Okay. So that's what we've got going around the outside. Okay. So now let's work on the inside. Thank you. going to do the same thing, just putting them on the top there. I'm going to bring those ribbons forward, put that pipe cleaner behind it. Oops, get my both fingers on that. And spread them out. Oh, like I said, all the ribbons tonight are 13 inches. I wanted them to be a little longer, even though this is a 14-inch frame. Guys, I promise I'm not throwing that stuff in my floor. Oh, thank you for the stars, Tammy. That was so sweet. Go. Oh, that is awesome. That is totally awesome. Congratulations. Congrats on that, for sure. That was a nice craft show and still got plenty another day. Looks perfect now. Thank you. Yeah, this yellow, I mean, with getting the ribbons in sure does knock the brightness down just a hair or two. But this mesh is some of the brightest yellow I think I've ever bought. But it's perfect. If it behave and do what I wanted it to do. There we go. Totally awesome. Well, third time's a charm to get that sucker in there. Get this back over here on the table. Just wanting to be a little willful. Okay. There you go. That one was totally coming out. The last set of ribbon tails. Cut one too many. Okay. Okay, guys, there we go with our little tails in there. And we're just putting a small sign on it. But I'll show you why. Hi, Cindy. So let's make a bow, okay? Make us a bow. So, got my bow maker. Let's pull those over some ribbons. And we're only going to be using 4 of the 5 ribbons we put in it. We're going to start with this beautiful tri-ribbon. It does, doesn't it? I love polka dots. Whoops. Knock that one down. I'm always messing them up, guys. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dovetail. Whoops. I'm going to try to learn how to dovetail. There we go. And we come down just a little bit more. And I'm going to come out here to the 6 inch right here. And this is where our starting point's going to be at tonight. I'm going to twist it. Start that over again. We're going to twist it. And I'm going to bring that little tail up. I pull out plenty of ribbon. I'm only going to make this a 5.5 inch. 5.5 inch. Okay. Bring it up with that other by the tail. This one's going to be 5.5. I'm going to roll it over and put it right down in here. Bring this one down. I'm going to cut this one. And we're going to go ahead and dovetail it, guys. Very odd for me, right? Okay. Now let's bring in this pretty bee right here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to dovetail it. 6 inch. Twist it. We're going to bring this one down. Pull you some ribbon. This one's going to be at a 5. at a 5. Pull this one down. This will go up. Still got to get some WD-40 for my chair. Cut it off at about a 6 again. And let's go ahead and dovetail it. And I want to make sure I keep everything fluff. That is my key to making a good bow. I don't like to have creases in my ribbon by smashing them down to get the exact size, because I can guarantee you no one's going to notice if that one loop is a little bigger or smaller than the other one. Let's see. Yep, yellow. Yellow, yellow. We're going to dovetail it. Let's try it again. I don't like really long, deep V's. This one's going to be, I'm going to just cut this one at about a 5. I'm going to take it up. 4.5 inch loop. Hi, Anna. Oh, thank you for the stars. Hi, thank you. 4.5 inch loop. Cut it off. We're going to go ahead and dovetail. Now we're going to bring in the black polka dot. Dovetail it. Let it be about the same. Go. Except for the loop is going to go down to 4. There we go. This polka dot's really a nice ribbon, but these are painted on. And so everywhere there's a dot, the ribbon is a little thicker, which I like thick ribbon, but sometimes it's really hard to twist. Gosh, don't tell my dog that, Alex. I know, I need to. And it's even worse tonight because I thought, well, that deal is loose on it, so I tightened it up. Oh, it made it worse. Now I've got to pinpoint where it's squeaking or I'll spray a whole can of WD-40 on it. Okay. Now what I'm going to bring in is this, this is 5/8 inch ribbon and a yellow, but I'm just going to soften it up just a little bit. It's a little gingham. I'm going to twist it. going to be about a 3-inch. I love using the smaller ribbons, the 7/8 and the 5/8 inch. I wish they made them in more patterns. I love gingham too. I know. Okay. Gonna take me 2 pot cleaners. I like to put my bow maker right there in front of me. Twist these ties together and get them ready. I'll go ahead and bend it. Let me see, that one's not twisted good. There we go. My mat is so warped. I've got to get another one this week. And it's all my fault. Just remember, never put a towel down. And then, even though it was doubled or tripled, and I just lifted off to do some steaming on it because it warped the dickens out of it. Oh yeah, I make those quite frequently instead of using ties. The tails I meant. Twist it. Your bow just pops up. Okay. So with this one, it doesn't matter where your tails go. You can pull them tails any way you want to. They do not have to be on a certain side. And if it's not straight, get right down there at that bow center and twist it till you get it the way you like it. I'm going to take these little ones right there, and I'm just going to twist that little sucker. Now I haven't just made bows. I've made some bows with just the nasty looking. I'm going to have to get some new glasses, guys. Here we go. With just the little ribbons. But I do them as accent bows. Okay. The reason I did this bow smaller loops tonight is because we're going to put 3 bows. And I went ahead and made 2 other bows. So we're going to put 3 bows on this wreath tonight. Okay. So I want this. I think I want this. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Sort of flying off up and to the side. Then we're going to come and we're going to put 1 bow right here, 1 bow right here, 1 bow down here. Okay? I love that look. So here I go again with my handy dandy weaving needle. Normally I would tie this in first, but I'm not going to. And I'll probably say, God, I wish I had it. And I think I'm going to move this down to right there. Trying to get my stuff lined up here for me. Okay. We're going to put the first one right here. And it caught on my mesh, of course. Make sure we got all of our tails and all. It says, be sweet. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, be sweet. That's what my husband keeps trying to tell me. Be sweet. And I keep saying, no, 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 no. Juicy bow. Silly girl. Okay. Okay. I've got that one in. Our sign's going right there. Now I'm going to come straight down and put a bow. Get that tail out of my way. And we're going to tie this one off. Thank you. It means a lot, guys. You stand on my head for a minute. I like to pick my bows up and sort of shake them around just a tad to make sure it's settled down. Come back here, Mr. B. Be sweet. Or Mrs. B. Okay. Take the third one. Whoops. And then it's not going to be directly in line with these. This one's going to come over here to where it's got more of a rounded effect going around it. But I don't want it to fall off my frame or slide and tilt. I still want you to be able to see it. Here we go. That's something. It's in my way. One of them always has to give you problems, right? I've got it like triple twisted around somewhere where it doesn't go. Same way. Thank you. Okay. So you just come back, make sure your loops are fluff. You can pull your ribbons, your tails, any direction you want. Okay. So there we go with just the 3 bows. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let's put our sign. We're going to have him flying. Yeah. Sort of over to the side. Let me get him lined up here. Thank you. Just swing it off. Oh. Now I don't want to pull this sign to where it's smashing down the mesh. Okay. Let me get this one. Okay. Well, let's see. Be sweet. So what I'm going to do is I have got some other little bees. Even though the wings of these are wired. Here's my other 2. So what I want to do, I think, is I love this little small sign. So what I would like to see is these bees coming up behind this one and one little bee right up here like they're flying in a squadron. Thank you. I thought that might be cute. So I want to go ahead and put this one in first. And these are actually wired. But what I want to do is I want to take this wired end. I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to make like a little hoop out of it, loop out of it, to where you come up and you twist this and put the other side back in and through. Then I'm going to slide a pipe cleaner in here. Don't ever be afraid to experiment. You can always take it out. Well, hello, Miss Barnes. Thank you. And then I'm going to, because I want it to set on the mesh, and I want this one to be sort of right up here at the top. I'm going to pull it through on the pipe cleaner, but I don't want to pull it all the way through. But I can tie it down with the pipe cleaner. Okay. And that's going to be the first bee in our little squadron. Right up there. And I'm going to put a little bit dab of glue and put it right there on that ribbon to help hold it, and it'll also be tied in. Okay, now for this one, which has got a price tag on it. Oh, that's a good idea to use florist wire. That's a really good idea. Okay, so now I want these two guys. I'll just straighten out my bow. I want one right here and one sort of over in here, bringing up the rear of Mama Bee. Let's cut this off. Like so. Now with this one, see, that's what I like. I like learning from others how they do it. Because like I said, that, you know, everyone crafts so different. And that's why I like to watch a lot of different people too. And what I'm going to do is, I would lay this down, but I'm going to squish stuff, is I'm just going to zip tie this whole stem to my frame. Maybe. Okay. There we go. Yeah. These are really lightweight. That's why I love using them. Okay, there's Mama, 2 babies. Remember, you can bring their wings up some. Just a dab of glue, not very big at all. Let's see, let me show you what I've got so far with my squadron of bees. That is stinking adorable. Okay. Now what I have is I have some daisies. I think, I think that it needs a little daisy. Just taking the head completely off. A little bit of glue. Right there in the center of that bow. Pull these out. Thank you. I'm just going to put another little dab. Not using a lot. This way I can still manipulate my whole bow. And guys, these are just dollar store daisies. Whoops. Let's get all of them. And there you go. Just a little flowers. I should have put some bumblebees. Smelling on them. Just come back, sniff my flowers. Man, my language has been awful tonight. I can't get my head thinking right. Just need to fluff my bow. But I could have had a couple of, let's get it sort of like that right there. The bees flying in the wild blue yonder. Thank you. Just something simple. Remember, guys, all I used was 14. I mean, look at this. This wreath is nice and thick, nice and juicy thick. I'll straighten up my ribbons and stuff. 14 ties on a 14-inch elevated wreath frame. Okay? You could do the same thing with a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. 14 ties. That's all you got to do is 14 pieces of mesh. So you can cut your mesh a little longer with just using the 14 ties. Even with that weaker black mesh, it still turned out really nice, guys. So, thank you. So thank you guys very, very much. Thank you for dropping in. I'll be live again come Monday. at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. I have to remember that since the time changed, right? But I'll take some pictures. I haven't taken the pictures of our last project. I will. And several other ones too. So, but thank y'all for jumping on and joining me. It means the world to me. So, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you very much. And y'all have a peaceful night and a peaceful weekend. And we'll see y'all on Monday. Good night, guys. God bless.